Hey, gentle people. Welcome to the Girl with the Peter Spirit podcast. I am Jabez. It's so good to have you here. Today, we're going to be talking about dreams and the manifestation of dreams, especially premonitory dreams. And with me, I have one of my favorite people, my daughter, Christine, aka Rainy Days. Hey, Rainy.
Hello, Mother. Thank you for having me. I appreciate the compliment. I hope that it's true.
Well, you don't have to tell all my kids the same thing.
Okay, well,
You're just here at the moment, so.
alright, okay. Well, that makes me feel better.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, I just wanted to talk about our family a little bit because our family is kind of weird. You know, when I was growing up, I thought that I was weird because in my family I was the one who, well, Jamaicans are big on dreams, and so people talk about dreams a lot and meaning of dreams and so. But when people were talking about dreams and they were talking about, oh, dreams of fish and fish mean this, or I had a dream about a gathering, so it means somebody's gonna die, and then 3 years later nobody's dead. I'm there going, okay, well, I thought it was just silliness, right? And I'm not saying that I'm the only one who dreams and things happen, not saying that, but those dreams, I remember when I was a kid thinking, oh, that's so silly, because then they're reading so much into dreams that really did not matter. It's like everything meant something. You know what I mean? Rotten teeth
Right.
means somebody going to die, that kind of thing. You see somebody digging, somebody's going to die, and that kind of stuff. Whilst it might be true, I felt like a lot of it was coincidental. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want to talk about a different kind of dream, because I remember when I was about, I think 7. I remember started dreaming and stuff. Some of those dreams I do remember, some I don't. But my most significant dream was when I was about 11 years old. That I remember vividly because it was an important dream, right? So the thing about it is that at that age was the first time I dreamt something and it happened, and it was a huge thing and a serious thing, and it devastated me, and it kind of had me feeling some kind of way like I was responsible because I dreamt a family member died, and the person did die. On the night I dreamt he died, and this was our cousin, an elder cousin that I really adored. I was like 11 years old, and he was a teenager, and I thought he was so cool. He was a football star. Well, in Jamaica we say football, soccer to the rest of the world, to a lot of the world, and
It's just America.
it's just America.
Everywhere else calls it football.
Oh, okay. Well, my bad. So football.
America is interesting. They're different. They have to be different.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. Well, sometimes different is good, right?
Sometimes.
Yeah. So football, and he was a huge football star at his high school, right? And not only that, he was just so sweet. I mean, I loved him. He treated my sisters and I so well. And most teenagers are out, acting like they're so cool, have their friends, and he didn't treat us like we were a bother or anything like that. And when I dreamt that he died, the night that he died, I mean, it took me years, and a lot of psychology classes. I mean, I did more psychology classes in school than anybody because I was trying to find answers for myself. You know what I'm saying? How do I cope with this? How do I deal with this? Because back then, counseling was not a huge deal. Counseling was not a thing. So yeah, I kind of tried to deal with it, and it was hard. I blamed myself for a lot of that period of time. And then when other stuff started happening, I kind of internalized that. Didn't know how to deal with it. And at 11, you're not going to God for everything. You're not seeking guidance from God in everything. You know what I mean? You're just kind of just taking it all in. So, yeah. And I felt like I was the only one. And then I had my 3 kids.
Mm-hmm.
And then my 3 kids turned out to be like me. Right? And yeah.
Give or take.
Well, well, not in a lot of things. You didn't turn out like me in a lot of things. I'm talking about the dreams, right? In terms of dreaming and having those dreams come true, premonitory dreams and so, and then having those come true, because you guys, I thought I was crazy in terms of like the type of dreams I had and how those dreams would just come true, and it would be so freaky to me, even though it's been happening for a while. Guys, every single time I have a dream and it comes true, I'm all freaked out. Like, oh my god, I can't believe this. I'm like, ah, and I'm bugging her about it. I'm talking to her brothers about it. I'm calling my friends about it. I'm calling my sisters about it, because I'm calling my parents about it, because it's a huge deal to me. Like, I can't get over it. It's like it's been years and I still cannot get over it. I feel like every single time that happens, I'm amazed all over again. And then it's that's just how it is. So, you have a lot of Christians who do not believe in dreams. Well, I may not say a lot of Christians, guys. Because, I mean, I know some Christians do not believe in dreams. They feel that, God does not give dreams to people now anymore, like he did in the days of the Bible. But I don't know how it is that some Christians will accept some of the things in the Bible and discard what they don't feel is relevant, or even discount some things as being untrue or not valid, or they want to explain it away when it's right there in the Word of God. Because Acts 2:17 says that God said that he's going to pour out his spirit on all flesh, and that your sons and daughters will prophesy, and your young men will have visions, and your old men will dream dreams. And I don't know why it is that people believe that we're not in the last days. We kind of started in the last. It has started. I feel like, I don't mean to be the bearer of like bad news, but I feel like this is the beginning to the end. And
I mean, I wouldn't really look at it as a bad thing. It's just a difficult time. It's not bad, because what lies ahead is an eternity of joy and happiness and peace.
yeah, eventually.
Yeah. So it's not per se like a bad thing. It's just we're in difficult times. We're going through hard times, and they always say the storm before the rainbow kind of thing. It always gets worse before it gets better. So that's how it is. I believe that's how it is.
Yeah, I don't see, I don't know, I don't mean to be like negative,
Pessimistic.
yeah, or pessimistic or anything, but there's good in the world, but I don't feel like overall the world has any better to get. I mean, honestly, don't feel like that, because I feel like we're in the last days, because
Yeah, but that's keeping with the word.
with scripture,
It's
right?
going to get worse before it gets better. It's going to get a lot worse, and this world that we know is going to pass away, and there's going to be a new earth and a new heaven. So there's no getting better for this world that we know now. There's just getting through,
Surviving,
yeah, getting
persevering,
through this life,
yeah, that is
into
true.
the next.
Right, that is true.
So
And yeah,
yeah, I mean, when it comes to like believing in dreams and visions and so on, it's like a lot of people will read the word, and like you said, they'll think like, oh well, this is the past. Or on the opposite end of that, they'll think that every dream means something, which is why it's so important to have discernment. And we gain discernment through our relationship, our closeness to God. So that is why it's so important to have a relationship with God for yourself, um, especially when it comes to messages from other people, just in general, but also I'd say especially, well, with everything, but I'd say with dreams and visions and messages, especially because um, there's unfortunately so much um, dishonesty around that these days. There are God has many prophets, but there's also so many false prophets.
Mm-hmm.
There are many people who they want to appear as if they have a certain kind of relationship with God that they don't.
Everybody cannot be the same thing. Everybody can't be lawyers, doctors. I mean, somebody has to collect garbage, sweep the streets. Somebody has to, you have to have caregivers, all of that. If my garbage is not picked up for 2 months, or if nobody's garbage picked up for 2 months, can you imagine what a place would be like? And so, no job is more important than any other job because all jobs are necessary, and that's how it is with the body of Christ. Like, everybody has their role to play, and nobody's role is more important than the other because we're all part of the
individual gifts are specific to their purpose.
Exactly. When you're talking about the meaning of dreams, we don't look up the meaning of dreams. When we have a dream, we don't go check in Google, we go to God. Because He's the one who gives us those dreams, so He's the one we should go to for the answers if we don't understand what we're seeing. We're going to talk a little bit about our dreams and give an idea of like how some of our dreams have come true. And these examples are just a few, because this is an everyday occurrence in this family. If I'm not dreaming, one of these guys dreaming, and the dreams are usually premonitory dreams. And so, like, we just want to come on here and talk about dreams and let people know that dreams.
There are dreams that have meaning, that
have meaning,
significance. And in order for you to be able to discern that, again, you have to know the voice of God. You have to have a relationship with God to the point where you know His voice and you know when something is important. Even if you're not sure, you're able to go to God and hear an answer. Sometimes we'll literally hear, the Holy Spirit speaking to our spirit. Sometimes it is through having a conversation with each other that, the Holy Spirit will reveal the meaning of something to the other person. So it's not always, that's actually how it is a lot of the times. If God is not giving us the answer directly, He's giving it to us through each other.
Right.
There's no one way that God will speak to you.
Yeah, or give you the meaning of your dream. Yeah.
Or give you the meaning of a dream.
Yeah.
But He always gives confirmation of a meaning.
Right. And the thing about it is, we have a lot of different kinds of dreams, but we're just going to focus today on the premonitory dreams. So I want to talk a little bit about your younger brother, Michael.
I think you would probably call that a little better. I don't think.
Yeah, I don't want to be like just talking, because I can talk. I want to give you a chance to talk. So I don't want to be like, you sure don't want to tell a story.
I get that. I appreciate it. Thank you. But that doesn't really work so well if you ask me something I don't know.
That's true. So yeah, I probably remember it a little bit better. So it was sometime last year that Michael had a dream where his cousin Justin came and knocked on his bedroom door, and he said when he opened the door, Justin collapsed, right? And so when he told us the dream, we're like, oh boy, what's gonna happen to Justin? You know, we're kind of speculating because, you know, even though we were like, God, what's gonna happen to Justin? There was no answer, and sometimes he doesn't answer because we don't need to know, or it's not time for us to know. And it was about 3-4 months later. Justin's sister Danny called me and she's like, Auntie J, Michael's dream came true. And I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, Justin, he passed out in his apartment. And it was, even though we've kind of gotten used to our dreams coming true, it was just a shock, and it was excitement, and it was just like, oh my God, you know. And so that happened, and it's like, it's like, you know, it's kind of like, you know, like when you have a Jack in the Box and you know that's a Jack in the Box, yet every time it pops out of the box, you're like, you know, surprised. That's like us. Even though we know what to expect, we're still shocked. We're still, yeah, right. Thank you. Yeah. It's like, yeah.
Although I kind of hate those things. But
the Jack in the Box, scary, right? Yeah. You never did like those. Yeah, a lot of kids, yeah, don't like that kind of stuff, yeah.
But anyway,
you understand what I'm saying, though? I'm saying.
I understand
yeah,
what you're saying, so it's fine.
Yeah, we're always pretty shocked.
You could talk about having a relationship with God and knowing that for yourself, but it's a different thing when, you know,
you have evidence.
There's evidence of it, even though we know. It's kind of shocking to actually be faced with it.
It is, and you know, with the dreams too. One thing that happens, like, everything gets confirmed for us. So a lot of times we don't have to wonder. There are dreams that you have where, you know, somebody's chasing you and you know that is nothing because you're stressed at work or school. There's you have dreams where, you know, you're falling, because I have a fear of heights, so I'm always dreaming about falling, and you know, that kind of stuff. So you have those types of dreams where you're under stress, you're anxious and stuff like that, and so you go to bed and you have those type of dreams. But the dreams that we have are a lot of times walks in the spiritual realm, where they're not just dreams, they're experiences. And it's, you know, sometimes people are afraid, sometimes I'm afraid, sometimes my dreams scare me, but they're necessary. They're necessary to prove God's awesomeness, to prove that there's a God, he does exist, and we're not just here. We didn't just, you know, come via some big explosion. No, we were created. And so when we have these types of dreams, it is a testament of God's greatness. So a lot of times when I have these kinds of dreams, I just say, God, I don't know why you're showing me this, because I can't even go tell this person. I will probably tell somebody who's close to them and hope that, you know, they'll give them a little extra love in the meantime, or they'll try to fix any problems that they're having. But I don't tell the actual person because I don't know how to do that. I don't know if I'm supposed to. But that's a scary thing. That is burdensome to me as well, because then if I know somebody's gonna die, what do I do with that information? You know what I mean? I don't feel like I need to be this bearer of doom and gloom, although I think I am kind of sort of anyway. But I do try not to be that. It's not like, you know, maybe some people are gonna say you're being selfish, but I don't jump and go do something God didn't tell me to do.
Yeah,
that's one thing.
If you don't have that authority, you can cause all sorts of you know, unintended like consequences.
Yeah.
So you don't want to be acting, you know, in and of yourself. You always have to make sure that you're acting according to God's will, right? So you always have to double check. It doesn't matter how hard it is, you know, for you to
keep it.
It doesn't really matter how hard it is. Sometimes, you know, understandably it's hard. We're human. We have feelings. God knows that. But at the same time, at the end of the day, his will comes first. And so, you know, we have to really be mindful that, you know, we're not acting in and of ourselves when we do certain things, or we share certain, um, you know,
Information.
certain information that he gives to us, because it's not everything that, he tells us is to be told to, uh, publicized or told to, certain people. Um, so
Yeah, we have to seek His
yeah,
guidance in what to do with whatever He tells us. So, God, what do you want me to do with this information? And sometimes I ask, and it's just nothing. You
yep.
don't do anything.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, it's not up to you. So that's it. So, we talked about Michael and his dream that he had of Justin, and Justin did actually pass out. And yeah, and that was really crazy. And
But
then
sorry to interrupt you, but just to kind of expand just a little bit, a lot of dreams are scary and they're a lot to deal with, but not all dreams are scary. There have been good dreams. There are good dreams.
yeah, we've had good dreams. Yeah,
There are dreams
yeah,
that, God will reassure us, comfort us, show us something beautiful, um, and that just reinforces our love for him and admiration of him, just how beautiful he really is, just the heart that he has for us, and just really encourages us to keep loving and living for him.
yeah.
So, and all the dreams are like that, but like in the sense of
Yeah.
encouragement,
Yeah,
comfort,
that's true.
um,
Yeah,
and
they're
and
not
yeah,
all
just love. They're not all bad. I mean, a lot of them are hard to deal with. A lot
Yeah,
of them
they're
are unpleasant,
scary.
but they're not all unpleasant.
Bad, yeah, yeah. And scary doesn't mean bad either, because sometimes scary is necessary for a lesson that we need to learn, or for some encouragement that we need to have. I remember one dream I had where there was um, war, fighting, bombs, and you know blasts and all that kind of stuff, uh, buildings being set on fire and all of that. And in the midst of that, Jesus came forward and held out his hand to me. And where he led me was so beautiful. So there are those dreams where we have hope, that kind of stuff. And then there are dreams, I feel, that are getting us ready for what is to come. There are dreams that are meant to have us change something about ourselves that we need to change, and God gives us a chance to do that. Sometimes it's encouragement because we're going through stuff, and he's saying, hey, hold up your head, be strong, push forward, persevere, I'm with you, that kind of stuff. He lets you know that, hey, you're not alone. I remember one dream, stuff was happening, and then I was scared in the dream, and it was just wild. All kinds of bad things were happening. And then as I was struggling away, because I just wanted to be out of the dream, I heard God talking. The voice of the Lord just, came from heaven, and I heard him say, I am the Lord thy God. I will deliver thee. And so we have those kinds of dreams that are so crazy cool, where God is saying, hey, I am with you. You're not alone. I'm carrying you. I have your back. I'm protecting you. So we do have those kinds of dreams. And, so 2020, when COVID came around, I'm gonna go back because that would to 2020. In February of 2020, like February 25th, I had a dream where two angels came. And I'm not going to go into the details of the dream, but basically I was told to go inside, right?
Yep.
I was told to go inside, and this is 2020, right? February. And by March 13th or thereabouts, the US was on lockdown, as was a lot of other countries. We were on lockdown, right? And the angels came to tell me to go inside. That is so pretty amazing. Like, I feel like to date, that is one of my favorite dreams, where they came and said, hey, go inside. So God says, I am with you, I'm protecting you. So we have those kinds of dreams as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so, just going back to, or being more specific about dreams that show us like the future. What is it called again?
Premonitory dreams?
Premonitory, yes.
Yeah.
I wasn't about to try to say that. But
I had to think hard too. I had to concentrate. Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
Premonitory, yeah. Premonitory dreams, yeah.
Running on a half tank of gas.
Yes. Yeah, right.
Anyways, yeah. So when it comes to premonitory dreams, you know, it's pretty awesome. I will say, at least in my personal experience, that hasn't happened to me until recently, more recently.
What hasn't happened?
Um, dreams of the
What
future.
is to come? Oh, okay.
Future dreams.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
There,
hasn't
that's
really
true.
been happening to
That's
me.
true.
Like that's happened to you
Yeah.
for years, but
Yeah.
for me personally, that hasn't really happened.
Yeah.
However, last year I had a dream that came true this weekend.
Right, yeah, let's talk about that.
Yes.
Well, first tell us the dream. Tell us the dream that you had last year. So this was about May, right?
Yes, this was May. This is around May of 2023. And I had a dream that you and I and a woman that I didn't know, but in the dream it's like we knew her. Like we were walking back to our vehicle from somewhere when we were attacked out of nowhere by a demon that looked like a dark middle-aged man with long locks, and he just came charging at us.
A Rasta
like,
demon.
yes. And he just came charging at us like a literal beast. And I just remember immediately, holding my hand out and rebuking it in the name of Jesus, and just repeatedly doing that. And in the dream, I had been able to get into the vehicle at that point, but you haven't. And I noticed that, and as I kept rebuking, I don't know how, but eventually we got inside the vehicle. And
that's how dreams work. Sometimes they're not logical like that. Yeah.
Yeah, not completely straightforward all the time.
Right.
A lot of times they're not straightforward, but right. So you got into the vehicle eventually, and then I woke up. Woke up, prayed, rebuked it, thanked God for keeping me, and I just figured that was a spiritual realm specific incident. I never would have imagined that was
that dream would come true, right?
That would come true.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
I
and
don't know
especially given that time was just going by, because
right.
if you have a dream and it doesn't happen, it doesn't manifest in like a month or two, you kind of forget about it after a while. So this was,
I mean, that's not the only factor. I mean, the fact that we got charged by a Rasta demon, in your words, didn't seem like something very realistic to me at the time. I just thought, okay,
that's kind of weird.
This is a very spiritual realm experience.
Yeah, none of us remembered the dream, because in that moment, remember, her dream was last year May. So we forgot about that. I mean, so many things have happened since then.
We've had months ago.
Yeah, a whole 10 months ago. I don't even remember from a week ago. So we weren't thinking about that. We had moved on. Life was just going on, and we forgot about that dream. So when I saw this guy with dreadlocks, middle-aged man, dark skin, coming towards the corner of my eye, her dream was the farthest thing from my mind. It wasn't in her mind either. But somehow I got in my spirit demon, right? And she felt something was off.
I sensed the demonic energy as well. I was feeling like, okay, like maybe I'm just being paranoid. So I just.
So she didn't say anything to me.
I didn't say anything, but we both started walking faster, and I kind of just held my hand out and said a quick prayer for protection. Asked Jesus to protect us, and that's it. We just kept walking.
Yeah, it's so funny because none of us said anything, but we just both started walking faster, right?
Yep.
But this guy was behind us, right?
Following behind us.
Yeah, he was following behind us. He wasn't like close behind us. He was at least maybe like 7-8 feet behind us. So, but he was behind us. And I was so uncomfortable because, like she said, she felt demonic energy. So did I. And I went into the parking lot. She went towards her door, and I was okay because I was like, okay, at least she's at her door, so I was okay knowing that she was safe. So I was going around the car to get in and realized I was blocked in because in Jamaica people just park behind you and go about their business, right? They don't care because they have to park, and there's no parking space. They block you in. But and I saw that and I was like, oh my God, these people don't know I can't drive. Like, I'm looking at the space and going, I'll never get out of this space, right? So I need to find this person. But when I went around the vehicle, it was somebody that I knew, right? And so we joked and I ran a little bit and whatever, and then he said, okay, he's gonna move his vehicle. When I walked back around the van, the guy with the locks is standing by my door. So she's in the vehicle as in her dream, and I'm on the outside as it was in her dream.
Yep.
And then he saw me coming. Oh, and by the way, the most important thing.
Like in the dream, I was gonna say, like in the dream, he wasn't saying much of anything, and what he did say sounded like a growl, and he literally did growl.
Yeah, he started growling. So he said, yo, right? In a hoarse growl, and then he started just growling like, and it just was so weird. Like, I felt like I was in a horror movie, guys, and he was just growling as he was following us, right? So he's standing at my door and he's growling. And then when I come around the corner after I spoke to this guy, my friend who was going to move his vehicle, I came around his van and the guy with the locks was standing there. When he saw me, his eyes widened. He kind of went in on himself and did like this and said, oh, and started backing away, right? So I was like, oh. So he saw Jabez coming, and yes, that's right. Back up, back up. Because you see Jabez come, back up. And I felt, it was so funny because I thought that he was backing up because of me, right? And I felt so good. I'm like, okay, back up because of me. Jumped in the vehicle, we drove home. Yep. Came home, and then Rainy said to me, Mom, that what happened to us was my dream. And I'm like, what dream? And she said, the dream I had last year with the demon with the locks. And I was like, oh my God. So I was like, go get your book, because she had written it down. So she had written it down, and she got her book, and we were reading through it, and all the details were right. Everything was right, and we were freaking out. I got an instant headache, guys. I was so like totally, I don't know what to say, scared, excited, I don't know, all kinds of, my feelings ran the gamut from like scared to overjoyed at God's goodness, amazement, you know what I mean?
God.
Yeah.
Yeah, God's mercy and grace, and just like keeping us and covering us
in
the situation, and just like the awesomeness of the fact that was something that he showed me a year ago, like about
10 months ago.
10 months ago, about a year ago. It was something that he showed me about a year ago. So, just never dreamt. I never dreamt.
Well, British people say dreamt, So we in Jamaica we say dreamt, but I become Americanized, so I say dreamed. It doesn't matter. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Yeah.
It's confusing me. Anyways,
Yeah.
I never dreamt that.
English is confusing.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, let's not talk
America
about
being different again.
Yeah, let's not talk about how you young people speak. You have a whole language to yourself. Like, I don't understand most of the stuff, the slangs and terminology. So let's not even get into that. You know, so that was crazy. So we were so like psyched. We were so pumped, and the fact of the matter that, you know, in her book she said that he was behaving like a wild beast. The demon was growling like a wild beast. Just right spot on, guys. Can you imagine how we felt? And you know what happened is that we're there, and then I said, when I read her notes, it said we were with a woman. And I said to her, did you see a woman? And what did you say? No.
No.
Right.
Yeah, no.
No, because I was like, okay, it was just us and the two guys in the parking lot. My friend and somebody was with him, and there was no woman. Rainy and I were the only women in the parking lot. And so when I said that to her, like, I'm like, so what is this? Because I know if you wrote it, if you saw it in your dream, it is the truth. So who was that woman in the dream? And then what dropped into your spirit?
An angel.
An angel. And then I was like, oh my goodness, it makes sense. An angel. Yeah. Now here I am thinking, okay, no, this is me, guys. Hear me to Rainy. So I'm just like, Rainy, oh my goodness. You know, the demon was walking behind us, and I guess because he didn't see my face, you know, or see our faces, he was just like following behind us. But you see, when I came around the bus and he saw my face, that demon just back up, right? And then when she said angel, I was like, wow, it makes sense. The demon saw an angel. So it wasn't me. I mean, I felt a little deflated.
The thing is, though, because I feel like I don't think demons need to see your face.
No, they don't.
They're spiritual beings.
Yeah, they are. It was just me trying to explain. You know, we always tend to do that. Try to explain stuff. Yeah. Try to find logic in things, or try to find reason in things. So I was just trying to figure it out, because if he was following us all that time, why did he all of a sudden, when I came around the bus, why did he all of a sudden just do like this? I mean, he turned in on himself, like his shoulders were up to his ears, his hand went up, and he just said, oh. His eyes widened and he backed up. And I'm like, okay, what just happened? Oh, he saw me. Yeah. Yeah. You remember in the Bible when, what did demon say? Jesus I know, and like Peter I know. No, it's Peter I know. Well, the demon, guys, I don't remember. You don't remember that? But anyway, he said, okay, I know them, but who are you? So they do know the children of God, right?
Right.
Yeah, they do know the children of God. And so you're right, he didn't have to see my face to know who I am. He was following us anyway. But then that was just me thinking, wow, you know, I got it like that. You know, a demon just see it. Demon just see me and flee. Yeah, but that wasn't the case, and we had an angel with us. That was crazy cool. That was God saying, look, no matter what, my angels are with you. The angel of the Lord encampeth around them that fear him, and he delivers them. Yeah? Yeah, that is exactly what it is. And so we had, that experience was out of this world crazy. Crazy cool. I was just so in awe. I mean, this happened day before yesterday, and I can't stop thinking about it. Hence why we're here talking about it now. And yeah, and I have to talk about it to kind of forget about it, to move on to something else, because I don't want to be stuck here thinking about it for the rest of the week, because I have things to do. So anyway, just want to talk about how amazing it is to have these kinds of premonitory dreams, because God does that. And it's like it is, like you said, it's not all doom and gloom. Some of it is about encouraging us. Some of it is to prove God. You know, God does that, because sometimes the world forgets about how great God is, and there are people who do not believe in God and who God is. And these
Right.
things happen so people will know that there is a God. He's
Mhm.
mighty, he's powerful, and he is with us. You belong to him. He doesn't leave you alone. He always has your back. He always protects you.
He's
These,
good.
yeah, and he's good. And so these things happen to encourage all of us, you know. So
Yes, although in the moment it was a very terrifying experience.
yeah, it was. We were
Very
freaked out. I mean,
terrifying, very uncomfortable. But after the fact, when God
we could
revealed to us
rejoice. Yeah.
that it was something that He'd shown me already, it was just we were just really amazed
Yeah.
at
Yeah, God's goodness.
God.
Definitely a testament to his hand in our lives. And you know, he's always with us and he never leaves us. And
Yes.
I hope this gives people comfort. If you're a believer and you don't have these experiences and you're there, you're wondering, is it, so God, are you there? Yeah, he's there. He's very much there. He's working.
Yep.
Even when you don't see it, he's working.
Yep.
And so we are very blessed to have these kinds of experiences, because faith is needed, right, to believe in something that you've never experienced. And for us, even though we've experienced it, we still need faith to believe
Right.
that what we're shown is the truth. So
Exactly.
faith is required, guys, absolutely. And so yeah, we had to just jump on here to tell you what happened to us day before yesterday.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be eating ice cream for a while.
Yeah,
you
you
believe
can
that?
speak for yourself.
Yeah, I'm kidding. No, and don't get me wrong, guys, I'm not scared or anything. We were kind of scared in the moment, but we don't fear these things because we have these experiences all the time. And so we might be like in awe for a couple of days, and then we're good again. We're okay because we know that, hey, brace for the next experience, because it's non-stop for us, guys. I mean, every day we're having dreams. I dream every day and every night rather, and
Oh,
yeah.
not every night, but very often.
Well, for
lot.
you, but I do.
Yeah.
I do every night. Yeah.
Very often, a lot of spiritual attacks.
Yeah, let's not get into warfare. That's another story. We're gonna come on here. I'm gonna have Christine tell you about some of those attacks, and I've had attacks as well. So we're gonna talk about that on another episode. We're gonna talk about we're gonna talk about spiritual attacks. So thank you, guys. Is that a wrap?
I think so.
Yeah, that's a wrap.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a wrap. So thank you, guys, for not turning off, tuning out, scrolling by. We're so grateful that you stuck it out with us. If you've had dreams like these or experiences like these, dreams that came true, exactly as you dreamt, we want to hear about it. So drop a comment down below so that we can rejoice with you in your experiences. Thank you so much for for staying tuned, for sticking with us. If you like this program and you want to see more about dreams, visions, spiritual warfare, that kind of stuff, if that interests you, then please subscribe, turn on your notification, please comment, share, and like. I say like already. Please comment, share, and like. Yep. And yeah, subscribe. Alright, guys. Thank you so much. See ya. God bless.
Bye.